Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be across this beautiful blue-green globe of ours. Welcome to Real News Live. I'm your host, Mike Barrett in Seattle, Washington. And that lovely lady, well, why is she over there? We got to turn the chat on. That lovely lady with the lustrous hair down there from Hayden, Idaho is my co-host, Jennifer Falad Dorian. Jen, how was your weekend? Relaxing, I take it.
No. But it's over now and everything's okay. No, it was just a bunch of do this, do that. Oh, now this is broken and that person's got a problem. And it just, the dog's getting out and all kinds of stuff just delaying me from doing my work. But, it's probably for a reason.
Are we still in Mercury retrograde? I forget, where things just kind of fall down.
I don't know. We're in Mercury something, I think. Because
yeah, it sucks. And, just things go bad. But I had a great weekend, sports weekend. My second favorite team on the planet, Manchester City, won yet another Premier League title, 5 out of 6, 3 in a row, about ready to go for 4 in a row, and 1 trophy down, 2 to go to make history. 2 to go. Win the FA Cup and win the Champions League, and we will be historic. And it's great to be a fan of such a great team, because God knows the Seahawks have disappointed us in the last 7 or 8 years. All right, we're back. We're here. I think one of the most important things that happened over the weekend, Jen, and I know you're going to comment on this in an abstract way, is, this guy Nader from the Middle East. And remember, Jen doesn't like Nader very much. I don't really like him either. I don't know. There's something about him I don't trust. And Jen, you agree with me, right? You don't trust him. Or you told me I don't trust him.
It's not that I don't like him personally, but I don't trust what he says. I don't trust his source.
So he came out and said, there's no new rate on the Iraqi dinar in the budget, and it's not going to happen. Oh, it's not going to be this week, and I'm down, and I'm sorry. And, it was kind of like throwing a damper on stuff. Now, most people like Mark, I talked to Mark Z yesterday, or I texted him, and, they never expected the budget to have the actual revaluation rate in it. They expected a rate, which would probably be close to the ridiculous 1,300 per dollar, 1,300 dinars to the dollar that they have now, which is ludicrous considering the wealth of the nation of Iraq and where it should be. And so he said, no, I never expected it to be in there. It's just the beginning of the fact that they can now plug a new rate in any time. They've got it set in a budget. So in other words, if they decide they want to go 1-to-1 or $1.61 to the 161 dinars to the dollar, or 322 or 378 or 520 or $16, they can do that anytime they want. So it moves the ball forward incrementally, setting it up so that the structure is all there. And that's all that was really important about that. So I don't want anybody to get too down about it. I did post it. Again, other people, other gurus like TNT Tony, who I do not trust and you should not trust, we're telling you, it's going to be in the budget this weekend. It's going to be in the budget. And there's a couple other things that have to go with the budget. But others are saying, hey, all it does is set up the structure for them to do this, and they can do it at any time. And that, I believe, is actually true. So don't get down about that. Meanwhile, in the international arena, we talked about this on Friday night's show with Dr. Brooks and Blake. Basically, Ukraine has announced that Bakhmut has been taken by the Russians. Well, it was taken months ago by the Russians. And all this bullshit you're hearing about, it's going to... I had a guy, Mr. Southern Gentleman, who I absolutely love, sweet guy, used to work in the Trump White House, ran the Pennsylvania campaign for Trump in 2016, knows Vincent Fusca, wonderful guy. he's like, well, it's going to cost the Russians so much that they're not they're not going to survive it. And it's like, guys, that's bullshit. Okay, the Russians, according to Brooks and others, the Russians are wiping these guys out like 8-1. And we just saw last week that they blew up their ammunitions depot, which was full of money as well. So the truth is that the Russians are massacring these guys. And they're not really fighting Ukrainians. These are not legit Ukrainian army units. They were wiped out a long time ago. These are Nazi factions. These are terrorists. And these are mercenaries that they're fighting. NATO-backed mercenaries, NATO-trained mercenaries who are getting their asses kicked. And this is not a negative thing. But there is one thing I wanted to ask you about, Jen, regarding that international stuff. As long as we got you here, and I know it's not in today's Jentel. You've talked about before about how the Baltic states, Estonia, Latvia, and Lithuania, are very corrupt. They're almost as corrupt as Ukraine. And you said that Putin was going to have to go in there and clean that out, too, as part of the alliance agreements. I was told, like way back in 2015, when I was told about Jasara, that, China and Taiwan are going to be reunited, but it's not going to be under the communist flag. It's going to be under a new republic. It's going to look like China invades, but then it's all going to work out that there's a new government there. And that Russia had been ceded the Crimea, eastern parts of the Donbass region, which they now hold, including Bakhmut, because they're Russian speaking, and the Baltic states are going to be part of this. And one of the Russian defense minister, I think it was this last week, said, as far as we're concerned, the Baltic states are part of Russia. So they're like sub-states within Russia, like Belarus is, or Georgia, or something like that. So I'm wondering, does that signal that we're getting to the end of this process and that now Russia's going to pivot to the Baltic states? Is that something we should look for also in the next couple months?
Yeah. I think that's been going on while all the eyes are on the Ukraine. There was something that was signed about that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There's something already set and finished with that. It's been signed. So that's what I'm getting on that.
That's their Jasara agreement. So anyway, I just thought I'd kind of throw you off and throw a curveball into your whole presentation. However, Jen does have Jentel for us today. It is very interesting. I have just looked at it. And guys, if you're going to ask questions, whether it's here or on Rumble, please don't forget to include your name and the name of the person or entity or pet that you are asking about. That's very important. So I see questions starting to pile up over here. Jen, I'm just going to turn off the chat overlay. I'm going to bring you up solo, and we're going to go with today's Jentel and let you take us where you want to take us, or where the angels want to take.
Okay. Just realized I have the wrong glasses on. Anyway, so I've been running around with my head cut off today.
You want to go change your glasses? I can entertain people.
No, these are the ugly glasses.
Pick up your historic
I can read better.
Face on Mars t-shirts at thewifilestore.com for the episode that I helped write. There we go. All right. Go ahead.
Okay. Situation update by Archangel Gabriel and Michael. I went into meditation real quick this morning. Met them in the grassy field in front of my tree on the 6th level of heaven.
The grassy field, not the grassy knoll, right?
The grassy field in front of my tree, yes.
Just check.
And I didn't know what to ask. I've just been so busy with other things, and then the computer situation this morning. So, grain of salt on these. First thing I heard, I said, what can we look for in the news this week? First thing I heard was Japan, warships, and sounding alarms. And then I was thinking, Japan doesn't fit into anything. I was trying to get past that, and I just kept hearing it. So something going on with Japan. Okay, so look out for that. The Durham testimony will be shocking. They will try to delay it. So I don't know. I haven't heard anything if they have delayed it, but they will try. Once it gets out there, it will be shocking, because what I saw was even people that were questioning him, like, shocked. Okay. Info is being put out to throw the opposition off track on the RV. And then he said, appear weak when you are strong. Okay, remember that. Remember who's in charge of the whole thing. Okay. May 29th is a day for good news. Biden has been told to bankrupt the United States. And then I was thinking about it. I'm like, okay, we're getting really close to them trying to usher in their digital currency and the bad reset. Is that going to happen to us? I didn't write this down. No. The global financial reset is in place, ready to go. They're waiting on something, waiting on one thing. And I think they're waiting. I was trying to get what that one thing is. I think it's the Durham testimony. And I think it's the Durham testimony from what if I translated this right, the testimony to confiscate more assets and money from the cabal. So, somehow that's important. So I say 29th. That's what I say. That's what I got. And yeah, I've done that before. But they keep moving it. They keep fighting it. This is a fight. And if you think about, we may start to hear some more misinformation about it. From what I see, there is no wrench in the spokes with this. I see things are moving along with this RV. I see, I don't know what to call it, transactions or people working. So when I heard what Nader said, it was completely out of place. It just sounded like his misinformation to me. Oh yeah, all this time. Okay, well, sorry, friends. Yeah, there's no RV, there's no nothing. Really? We have people working inside of this entire operation telling us, yeah, it's a go, it's a go, it's a go. And they're not just hearing from some dude in his basement. They're hearing from, they're working, they're doing the job. So I believe that misinformation is being put out there right now. And stay the course. That's what I have for today.
Okay. I have a series of comments about that. Should we discuss these things?
Let's discuss these things.
Let us discuss these things. Okay. Mm-hmm. First of all, when you said info is being put out to throw the opposition off track on the RV, I immediately thought of the Nader video. That I think he was fed some information, and really all he said is that it's not in the budget. The new rate, the reevaluated rate is not in the budget, and it's not going to be this week. I agree with you that I think that's what that means. Appear weak when you are strong. Again, well, we're weak, we can't get the RV done. We're weak, we're not strong. I think that all fits the Nader information. May 29th is a day for good news. You said that, I think, 2 weeks ago, or a week ago at least, that's a day that we're targeting. That's next Monday. Okay. And then I think that might connect with Biden has been told to bankrupt the United States, in the sense that that's 2 days before the debt ceiling limit. I think that will be the day that they will say, well, we can't come to an agreement. Can't come to an agreement, so we're going to hit the debt ceiling. And when you combine that with Trump saying, so what if we go into default? It's going to happen sooner or later anyway. May as well do it now and get it over with. He said that in his CNN interview. So I
didn't hear that. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, it's basically what he said. I mean, we could find the clip and look it up, but I think that's kind of what he's saying. So my question is, who was Biden told by, the white hats or the black hats, to bankrupt the USA?
I see people standing around him with papers telling him what to do.
Okay.
It's good, guys.
Yeah. Well, the Corporation of the United States of America, which was installed in 1871, has been bankrupt for quite some time. It's been operating in kind of, I guess, receivership, and it's time to publicly bankrupt it. So that's exciting news, Jen, because that does bring in the global financial reset, which, as you said, is in place and ready to go. So that's exciting news. The Durham testimony being delayed. I don't see any notices about it being delayed. I suspect, though, that's something we got to watch this week.
Well, they're trying right now.
Yeah,
they're trying. So we'll see if that's successful.
So if he does testify this week, then we are a go. I think we can look at that and say we are a go, because what you're saying is it will be shocking.
So now, what I got from a series of pictures and impressions was that he says something, and then Trump and the alliance in the White House say, all right, do it.
Okay.
Because it has to be, see, they're looking for justification, but we don't need behind the scenes justification for anything.
Right. You need public. You need public.
This has something to do with freezing the assets of individuals who are trying to stop this financial reset.
And what I was going to add to that is Trump did sign several executive orders saying that the assets of people involved in human trafficking can be seized.
And even just the fact that Durham's going to come out and say what he's going to say, whatever it is he's going to say, but I think it has to do with the connections he makes with interfering with the elections, which in turn is treason. And so.
Right. And that's also there. There's also a executive orders regarding election interference. So it sounds like if Durham testifies and this phrase or whatever he's going to say comes out, then like that's the ball rolling. That starts the ball rolling.
Well, I see like people, like how I don't know if this is the actual scene, but I see him saying something or answering a question, and then the person next to the person asking goes like that. And so that's why I said what he's going to say is shocking. Then I see kind of like Trump and them going, all right, do it.
I'm sorry. I missed your expression because I was reading your Jentel. Can you do the expression again so I can see it? They go like, what? Okay. So we'll watch for that. We'll watch for the wow emoji.
Yeah.
The wow emoji.
Yeah. So, but it's a white guy, and I don't know. It's like it's not clear enough to see. Short hair. I mean, they're all most of them in there. I don't think it's Jordan, because I don't think Jordan's surprised by much, but it's somebody on that council that's questioning him.
Maybe a Democrat.
But everybody's pretty much shocked, and they're just like, So we'll see what happens with that. That should be fun.
Yeah, loads of fun. Now, the one curveball in this week's Jentel, which is a little scary, is the Japan warships alarms being sounded.
But I do think that's happening over there.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's between Japan and China, but we know that last-ditch effort of Biden and the cabal or whatever is to try and start a world war and be removed for it.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're going to translate things that happened that Durham reveals as trying to start a world war, but we'll see how that goes. But that was, we originally got that Biden would remove for trying to start a world war or when he tries to start a world war.
Right. My first thought was North Korea, that there would be some sort of North Korean missile launch or something that would put Japan on high alert. So we'll see.
I did hear alarms sounding alarms. So it has something to do with war. It has something to do with that.
remember, this is all on your screens. Okay. It's going to be on your screens. It's not going to be happening in real life. Focus your experience on what's going on in your real life. Okay. Don't be fooled by what's on the screens. The war is on TV. The war in Ukraine is on TV. It's not happening in real life to you. Mm-hmm. So take a deep breath. Why am I so much bigger than you? You look like a little miniature person.
Because I have this new computer and it's like this white screen and I'm far away. And
I just suddenly looked and I'm like, wow, you're little. Jen, you're so little over there. You're just
well, I have been losing weight, but you know.
Well, that must be what I noticed then. That must be, maybe I'm good. Maybe I have to back off a little bit. Try to make us the same size.
Yeah, no, this computer, plus I'm not hardwired in. I need to go get another one because I can't, it doesn't have the connection to hardwire in or get a new connection. I don't know.
I can highly recommend this lovely Dell computer I purchased. I'm really happy with it. Oh my God. You should see how beautiful Panzer Core 2 looks on this computer. It's just phenomenal. All right. Not that I have time to play video games ever with all the different things I'm doing, including the Wi-Files stuff, which is fun. I'm working on another Wi-Files thing this week. All right, Jen, we're going to call that today's Jentel segment. And I'm sure we're going to get lots of questions on that as we go through. A reminder, these videos are pulled off YouTube almost as soon as the live stream is completed in order for us to avoid the censors. Also, I'd like to know if anybody sees me on Mike Barra 2 today. I think when I went,
I saw that it was up when I shared the link for 333.
Yeah, when I went, it looked like they were letting me stream to Mike Barra 2 again. I thought they had killed the channel. I was ready to delete it. I did not do so. But they'll probably kill the channel after today's show. So what the hell? Don't count on Mike Barra 2. The problem with channels, yes. The problem with Mike Barra 2 is I can't remember my login for it, so I can't go in and delete the videos to try to preserve Mike Barra 2. So sorry about that. But the videos always will display on mikebarra.blogspot.com. Where is that on my list, Denise? Jen. I'm getting my psychics mixed up there. You can always go to mikebarra.blogspot.com where you can catch today's show. I've been posting the Y-Files episodes. I had a hand in writing. I probably wrote much bigger chunk of this one, the Mass Extinction, the Sixth Extinction episode, than any of them. The Face on Mars, the Ark of the Covenant, the Secret Space Program, the Friday night shows are all there. That's last Friday's show. It was really cool. And upcoming appearances like the Alien event in Las Vegas. And, of course, in just a couple weeks, I'm going to be heading out to North Carolina, Spruce Pine, North Carolina, for the Spruce Pine Alien Festival. So come join me there. Anyway, you can go to mikebarra.blogspot.com and view any and all of our shows there. Or you can go directly to the Rumble channel, the Real News Live Rumble channel. Sign up for a Rumble account. We've only got 2,790 subscribers. Let's get that up a little bit.
Yeah.
And watch the shows over there directly on Rumble if you choose to. Rumble.com. It's the future of streaming. Although I wish, again, Jen, I always said the solution to Twitter was not Truth Social, which kind of sucks. It's kind of an echo chamber and all these other conservative Twitter. The answer was to fix Twitter. And I think they're doing a pretty decent job so far of fixing Twitter. So that's what I think is the answer. Also, please do not forget to visit our wonderful sponsors, the CBD Gurus, at thecbdgurus.com, where you can get all kinds of wonderful products for your health, products that work wonders. Don't forget, you can go directly to thecbdgurus.com, go to the wholesale tab, slide down to where it says Mike B Wholesale, type in your discount code, ALIEN, no capital A, no S. It's not Aliens, the James Cameron movie. It's Alien, the Ridley Scott movie. No capital A, ALIEN. And get this week's special. They've got the new Lion's Mane gummies out. These apple cider vinegar gummies are out. Okay. I don't know what that's going to taste like. We've also got the grape gummies, the THC stuff, the immunity booster, the X-Freeze pain cream. I have the pain roll-on. That shiz works fantastic. I mean, it works absolutely fantastic. It's great stuff. The pet oil, the CBD pet oil. I don't know, are the pet treats in there? We've got a deal on the immunity subscription, and you will get, let's see what the specials are on on currency. You can get $250, 250 dinar, and 20,000 dong, and 5 million bolivar with your orders. And Jen thinks the bolivar might actually be worth something at some point. So that's a good deal. I mean, let me tell you, that 5 million bolivar, that not that we give financial advice here, but that could really pay off for you guys. So the CBDgurus.com, our wonderful sponsors, they love us and we love them. Jen, why don't you tell us what's going on over at jenniferfalah.com this week?
Okay. Well, we got all kinds of sales over there. Lots of things on sale. Go check it out. We've got readings on sale. We've got combos. We've got all kinds of stuff. And right, but what we're doing again is we're giving away free healings because of you guys who donate. And then I just give way more away than I just give it to everyone who asked. Because I can't help myself. Anyway, so if you donate $100 using the love button, somebody in need who asks for a free healing for them or for someone else or for a pet will receive that free healing.
Are you guys seeing the screen?
Yes, we are.
Okay.
And you will, well, I don't know if they are. So we throw one into the pot for the free healings, but then you also get 2 healing gift cards to use for yourself, for people, or pets. And win-win, spreading love all the way around. So go in there, and I don't know how long I'm going to continue to do this one, but for now, people need it. People need a good deal. You know, I need sales. It's good all the way around. So go on in there, donate $100, and then email me afterwards. My email's all over the website. And I am catching up on emails right now. I had to focus on the home and the family and all that stuff this weekend and Friday. So I will be getting in there today, catching up today on healings and emails. And I don't like to keep people waiting. It stresses me out. And so I will get caught up on that. So we've also got Marcy Howe, Susan Gretz on the website. Susan does a lot of things I don't do. Right now I've got her on for mediumship, but if you just purchase that for mediumship and tell her, well, I'd really like to talk about my life, she'll do that too. Marcy Howe does house cleanses, personal cleanses, and is great at it. She's also available on the website.
If you lose your car keys, it's Susan you want to go to, right? Or she's the one who finds the car keys. So.
Yeah, well, she does cards. She does palms. She does numerology. She does lots of things.
Cool. All right. So that is it. Don't forget, just do the simple donation and $100, right, Jen? $100 donation and
$100 donation. And if you want to load up on your own healing gift cards or for other people, you could do $300 and then 3 of them go into the pot. That's always good too.
There you go. All right. That is what is going on over at jenniferfalah.com. Please do not forget that in a way I have my own love button. You can send some contributions to the show. I have to pay people like TV's Blake Wally, who do such a wonderful job with our production and keeping our software up to date and all the cool graphics we have for this stuff. CashApp is $MBARA33 and Zelle is MBARA33 at MSN.com. I just might have Joe Evans. Thank you, Joe, very much. And do I have other ones? No, I don't. I've lost them. Okay. Anyway, thank you very much for your contributions. I appreciate them. All right. Jen, what do you say we go to the chat and go to the phones and talk to people there? Let's start over on the Rumble side of things. Carrie has a question. Historically, when the stock market goes down, people go to the safe haven of the bond market. Will the bonds follow the stocks down, or will, as in the past, it be a safer place? Well, we can't give financial advice on this show, and I wouldn't take our financial advice if I was you. I'm warning you not to. And this is not financial advice. But Jen, I don't know. I think all the paper stuff is just going to, personally, I think it's just going to be worthless, right? I'd go to gold or silver myself, but you want to answer that, Jen, or not?
from what I'm getting, is just kind of like a sidestep to what's going on. And I think that everything besides gold and silver right now would be affected.
Okay.
You know, it's all the same animal.
Ginger says her dog Levi has suddenly struggled walking up steps. Can you see if he's injured or if it's just arthritis that is the issue?
It's a hip. It's back hip. So I would say, well, he did injure himself. So that's what happened with sometimes when they've got a weak spot. It'll be a few days and he'll be fine.
Okay, get him to the vet though if you're really concerned about it. Also, I want to highly recommend a product that I give Barkley, which I have absolutely no investment in whatsoever. Let me show this real quick. It's called Pup Grade, and I give it to Barkley. I think it's CBD based. It's Pup Grade joint support. It's great for older dogs. Barkley eats it. He's not super wild about it, but he does eat it every day. And I can tell you, I really like Pup Grade. I should get a deal with them to sponsor it because they are really, really cool. Okay. Any other questions over here on Rumble? Kimberly wants to know if she'll be able to stop a foreclosure that's going on right now. Will she be able to stop her foreclosure? Tough question.
They do offer arrangements. I don't know if it's something that you could do. So, not looking good.
Okay. Let's go to the messages. Maria Roberts says, "Good morning, Mike and Jen. My daughter Anastasia." What a beautiful name. I've never seen an ugly girl named Chandra, and I've never seen an ugly girl named Anastasia. So if you want a beautiful daughter, name her Anastasia. Anastasia is having her wisdom teeth removed this Thursday. I'm sorry, the 25th. How do you see the procedure and recovery going? Thank you. Anastasia, Marie's daughter Anastasia is going to have her wisdom teeth removed.
They're going to give her gas. She's going to really be like, really out of it. It's fine. It's fine. Well, just really sore.
Are they going to pull them or are they going to, do oral surgery? That there's a big difference, I guess, in terms of the process there. I've had teeth pulled. It's no big deal.
I mean, she lives. She's okay. I don't see any problems there. I see her going home. I just see her really sore and tired. It's like gauze in her cheeks. And
I really look forward to the med beds so I can get all my 3 back teeth that I've had pulled in the last couple of years. I get them all back, my wisdom teeth, and then I can go back to chewing on ice and drinking Dr. Pepper. I'm really looking forward to that. All right. Lisa Western, morning, everyone. Wow, I feel like I'm late. Just got done ordering Miracle Gold Oil from the Gurus. Can't wait to get it. Hope everyone is doing well. I've used that product. It's good stuff. It's a little hard on my stomach. And I understand Mark Z advised that you take it with a hot drink. So if you are a tea or coffee drinker, if you take it with a hot drink, it's easier on your stomach, is my understanding. But that stuff, black seed oil, it does a lot of good for your body. Katrina says, "Hi, Mike and Jen. Are the army-age migrant men sent to our town hotels here in Newburgh part of the movie, and are they paid actors or are they Cabal's minions?" Wow, that's a complicated question. Apparently, there are some army-age migrants being put into hotels in Newburgh, whatever state Newburgh's in. Are they Cabal's troublemakers or are they part of the movie?
Troublemakers.
Yeah.
This is what I was talking about a long time ago. That they've got pockets of paid to fight people or to create chaos people here already and have been. That's why they've been flooding the borders. And now they're housing them in strange places. And that's when I really originally saw the EBS, was when they what I thought was like Trump got back into office, and then it was a last ditch effort. This is all we got. Pay him, get him out there. But waiting for Durham's testimony to confiscate more assets and money from the cabal.
Mm-hmm.
It might have something to do with this. And they know that, it's not just one hotel. Okay, this has been going on for 3 years? They've been flooding them in. So we have danger lurking. And if they were to do something like that and they lose all their power, but some people still have money to pay these guys, we could have a lot of chaos in the streets. That's when I saw the military coming in. That's when I saw that famous tweet, not tweet, but Q post was about.
Yeah.
So stay away from them and don't say, oh, you're bad people, don't go over there. But I think what they're doing may be to stop that from happening.
When I first got these glasses, they were really crooked. They look less crooked now? Aren't they kind of even? They're more even. I mean, not that you want to look at my face, but they're not nearly as crooked as they were when I first got them. That's cool. I don't know what happened there. Hey, everybody. AJ Ferrara. Hey, everybody. I was bored at 3 a.m., unfortunately awake, and I listened to a Wanda Mack podcast. I'm so sorry for you. He's moving goalposts, claiming arrests, etc. Not until the fall. Totally not buying it. Mike and Jen, any thoughts? Well, first of all, don't listen to Wanda Mack. Don't listen to Wayne Willett. Look, me and Jen are far more accurate than he is. He claims to be on the inside, but he's never right about anything. If he's on the inside, how come he's never right about anything? But yeah, I can see certain people wanting to move the goalposts.
Well, I think Phil mentioned him lately, so it could have sparked interest in that.
You think what?
I think Phil mentioned him lately.
Yeah. He did.
So it probably sparked interest.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't want to say anything against the man. I don't know. I don't know. Just get your face out of the camera. Moving on.
I think there are certain people who need to leave the stage because they're full of shit and they've been full of shit for too long. They need to leave the stage. Jennifer has incredible hair. I concur with that. We can all agree on that. The lovely lady with the lustrous hair is just killing it today on the hair side of things, Jen.
Thank you.
Never wrong. Never a mistake. Never a hair out of place. Sean T, my son Dylan is going to get past. Is my son Dylan going to get past most of his anxieties when dealing with people? Gosh, I hope so. That's crippling. It could be crippling.
Yeah, you need to get him involved, and I know it's kind of seems like counterproductive, but he really needs to get used to being part of a team. And I think once he's part of a team, and knows like with sports or with something, yeah, it's always going to kind of be there. You're not going to change who he is, but I do think you get used to things in life. Like anxiety about going to college. You have anxiety about starting a job or being put in a position to lead. And I think that once he gets used to that, he'll know what his place is, So yeah, I think he'll make progress, but he can't just stay in his room and avoid people because it just gets worse.
Yeah. Go out and engage. Go out, find a local bar where there's girls and go out and talk to 3 girls every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday night. Just talk to them. Doesn't have to be about anything. Just talk to them.
Okay, working groups, things like that. Or go to the bar. Either one.
Well, the thing is that
send him to the bar.
Most men actually have approach anxiety with women. The worst. So if you can conquer it with women, then you can just talk with your bros and your guys, no problem, and you'll come over. The only way past it is to push through it. It's the only way past it. Mike Mick says, in my opinion, Nader is clueless on the global RV. He's looking at it from the Iraqi street level. You are correct. And that's where his value is that he's kind of on the street. He's actually not in Iraq. I believe he lives in Kuwait, but he drives across to Iraq on a fairly regular basis, which the fact that he does that with no concerns for himself or his family shows you how different things are in Iraq now. And yeah, but he's aware of the global RV and he's aware of the rumors that are out there, but you're right. He's only giving us information from the street level. But let me tell you, if he comes on and does a video and says, oh, I just got $1.61 for my dinar, or I just got $3.23 for my dinar, or I just got $16 for my dinar, you can take it to the bank that that's what's happening on the streets in Iraq. But you're right. He doesn't have a big global perspective on the whole RV thing. But Iraq is where it's going to start.
Why? That's what I don't get is why.
Well, because they were the linchpin to all this. Initially, when 9/11 was created, the idea was that because of the bankruptcy of the United States in 1999, the way out of the bankruptcy is that we had to start a global war. That was how we got our bankruptcy discharged for another 70 years. So we had to start another war. The solution was the war on terror. So we had to have an event like 9/11, and then we had to invade Iraq. The plan was we were going to revalue the Iraqi dinar just the way they did it in Kuwait, pay off a bunch of the United States bills, and everything was just going to go along the way it has been with no changes. That was hijacked by the good guys. And Iraq did not revalue on June 30th, 2011, when they were supposed to. It was put into, and this whole new global currency reset thing was created. And Iraq, however, became the linchpin because part of it was that they were going to give discounts on their dinar in exchange for oil credits. In other words, they were going to supply oil to China, for instance, at a much cheaper rate than they could buy it on the open market. So it was always the linchpin of this thing. Now, some people say Zimbabwe's become the linchpin and Venezuela, but Iraq pretty much is where this thing has always been focused. And it's ridiculous because their currency should have revalued 10 years ago. And so that's why they're important.
That kind of sounds like we are in the same place or a worse place than before. So I would keep your eyes open for the whole war scenario.
Yep. And Iraq can bollocks up the whole thing by simply revaluing themselves. They don't have to wait for us. And Mark Z's information is that they've told the U.S. to F off, that they're going on their own schedule. So as far as Mark is concerned, we are following their schedule. The United States and what we want is no longer.
Then they can't have the rate that was approved for them to have from Trump in this agreement for the global. They worked for a long time on these rates. So that initially we go through this RV process, but then later on something happens so that we'll all come to a pretty level place.
Mm-hmm.
If they go by themselves, they can't have the rate that was promised.
Right. But they're about ready. But Mark's information is they're about ready to do that anyway because they're tired of suffering. So, and we invaded them. We killed their people. I mean, Saddam was a bad guy, but still. Janet McLennan. Hello, Mike and Jen. Love your show. Jen, Marty, and I, with a couple of people that say they are interested in purchasing our business tonight. Okay, they're meeting with a couple people. Any words of wisdom for us? Okay, so Marty and Janet McLennan apparently are going to meet with some people who are interested in buying their business. Any words of wisdom or advice you can give?
Don't take the first offer. They have more.
That's why you pay the lady right there. She just earned her
they have
pay
more
for the week. She just earned her pay for the week. They have more. Hi, Mike and Jen. Jen, thank you for the amazing reading you gave me last Thursday. You gave me closure on things I wanted for 40 years. You are an amazing gift to all of us. Love you, Alice River.
Oh, you're welcome, Alice.
Very
so
sweet.
glad it helped.
Very sweet. Patriot Noya's girl who had heart problems. Sorry to hear that. Hi, Mike and Jen. I forgot to mention in my stay in the hospital, my TV was turned on and not shut off. Had to have the nurse unplug it. Was that a food thing or was I not in my room?
What?
Or was I not alone in my room? Oh, so she's wondering if a spirit kept turning the TV back on. I had to finally unplug it to get it to shut off.
Hospitals are very haunted.
Yeah, not bad.
You tend to have, through the eyes of the spirit, regular people, let's say they kind of look like light bulbs or like flashlights, okay? A medium is going to look like a searchlight. Okay, so when you get wheeled around in the hospital, you walk in, they're looking for the light, okay? The ones that aren't dark spirits, they're like, oh, what's that? And then they get up close to you and they're like, oh, you're a person. Hey, can you help me? That's why mediums always think their house is haunted, or they'll go wherever they stay. You know, I cannot go on vacation and stay in hotels, by the way. I can't stop working. They just all stand around the table. Even so much so that I got up and I looked at the waitress at the last one and I said, hey, you know, this restaurant's haunted, right? And a fork flies off the table and lands on the ground at my feet. And we're all like, I'm leaving now. I'm leaving now. Like, damn it, fine. And then I was like crossing people over. But it was just somebody who wanted to get your attention. Yeah.
If the hotel is haunted, why don't the white people leave? That's what Eddie Murphy said in his bit. Why don't the white people leave?
Yeah.
In the movies. Oh, look at this, baby. Nice house. Get out. Okay, too bad I can't stay, baby. That bit was hilarious. All right, Connie Anderson. Hi, Mike and Jen. Do you see the family drama with my mom and brother resolving soon, or will I separate from them for a while? Connie Anderson.
A period of silence might be good. Yeah. Just let things calm down at least.
Yeah. Christine Packer. Jen, donating my deceased sister's gift card for a healing doctor's appointment. Catch you later. Love to all. And we hope Chester's doing well, Christine. Thank you. That's very sweet.
Okay, thank you, Christine.
Very sweet of you. Melanie Painter. Love you both. Question. My daughters, Madeline, now 20, and Charlotte, age 17, were convinced by their father and doctor to go behind my back and get the COVID mRNA jab. Will they be okay and healthy? Thanks, Melanie.
Madeline, Charlotte. They actually have really strong DNA, so this is what I've heard often, is that they're resistant to anything that would try to change that. You'd really have to be putting it in there like every few months. So now they may develop some new allergies, so keep an eye on that.
But a DNA cleanse from Jen and a run of ivermectin from Dr. Brooks wouldn't hurt.
And another thing he's saying is that the cells in the young people, they're replicating so fast that I think you have to keep putting this stuff in there for it to be effective.
Yeah. For it to damage them.
Yeah. So
hopefully they'll have cures for this soon and we'll get to see them. Layla says, thank you from the bottom of my heart to Mike and Jen. You both have impacted my life in such a big way. Thank you. You are welcome.
Thank you,
Layla. That's very sweet. Mr. Salvatore J. Pulcino. Sounds a little Italian there, I think. Mike, do you think that the skull and bones, are they related to the SS Nazi skull on their hats? Just wondering. Yeah, it's all fascist Nazi, weird, dark star, dark belief system. SS is Schutzstaffel, which some people say is a translation for dark star. The Germans worship the black sun and all this crap. And skull and bones, which is, John Kerry and George W. Bush and people like that were George H.W. Bush members of. Yeah, it's all that same crap Nazi ideology stuff. So, Sissy 3 of 9. What about the Brunson case in the Supreme Court set ruling for Tuesday? Do you get anything on the latest run through in the Brunson case, or is the Supreme Court still so corrupt that it's not? They're not.
No, I'm not getting anything.
Not getting anything. Regina says, JFK's birthday is May 29th.
Oh, that's nice. I know isn't that Memorial Day? So
yeah, it would be Memorial Day, yeah.
So approximately May 29th. Depends on where you are, I guess.
Rick Norman, Mike, does the CBD pain rub come in a cream? Yeah, I think that's what is on sale on my wholesale. Discount code ALIEN. Go to Mike B Wholesale. I think it's the cream that's on sale.
I like that one right there. I got to get more.
The X-Freeze pain cream. Yeah, that's the cream. I have the roll-on. I use the roll-on.
I have that one right there. Go up from the green there. Just one there next to the ACV. I think that's the one I use. And then everybody in the house has, every time they get something that hurts, is dipping into my thing. So now it's almost gone. I have to go get another one.
Yeah.
Katie rolled her ankle because the dog ran out the front. She stepped down and she just rolled her ankle really bad. And I went out there immediately, put that on it.
Mm-hmm.
It helped so much. I mean,
it's shocking. Like I'm having issues with my ulnar nerves. Tennis elbow kind of thing lately. And like I'll sleep and I'll wake up after 3 hours and they'll be pulsing and I just get up and I don't take any drugs anymore. I just put this CBD cream on them and away it goes. So yeah. It's pretty cool. Victoria Adams, Jen, do you see any more issues going on with my left leg, knee, and foot, or will I be crutch free soon? Victoria.
Okay. – 10 days to 2 weeks, you should be able to walk up without those crutches.
Okay.
Don't overdo it yet. Okay. Don't get crazy.
Okay, back over to Rumble. Hi, Jen. This is Alice. My daughter, Nicole, is dating a man named Jason. Is this a relationship that will be good for her future? Alice's daughter, Nicole, is dating Jason. Is it a good thing or a bad thing?
That would be what you call a lesson. All right? That's all I'm going to say. I don't like people to, they have a new relationship and they say, are they going to, and since you're the parent, I'll tell you, but let it run its course. She has something to learn from that.
Laura Mills says, I just want my money back from Ukraine and distributed to, back to all of us. Yes, that would be nice. Okay. 177 watching. Smash that like button like Hulks. Actually, 199. We have kind of a slow day. 200. No, we have 500 people in chat. That's pretty normal. 500 during our live stream. If you don't hit the like button, you're a dirty Biden voter. God, I get it. I get in these Twitter arguments with people, which of course is why I go on Twitter so I can argue. But I show them these pictures of Biden molesting all these little girls, right? And so they show a picture of Trump on a private plane with a bunch of 13, 14-year-old girls, right? And he's sitting there like this. It's a tiny private plane, right? And he's sitting there like this. And it's obviously from the 1990s. And there's all these girls around. It's like, oh, here's Trump on the Lolita Express. And I'm like, first of all, that's not the Lolita Express. That was the 727. It's obviously a tiny, small little airplane. And by the way, did you know that Donald Trump flew a bunch of Ivanka's friends from New York to Florida for her surprise birthday party? And that's where those pictures come from.
Just going to say that. It's like, well, don't you understand that at that time his daughter was a teenager?
Yeah.
And that's how life goes.
They're Ivanka's friends. Yeah, it was like 90,
all over the place.
It's like 95, 96, something like that. And it's obviously a small private plane because the ceiling is really low. And you can see his arms are like this. He's got all these little girls want to take a picture with Ivanka's famous dad. And it's harmless. And it's like they try to make these equivalences. And I'm like, compared to Joe Biden feeling up a baby through his diaper. I mean, there's pictures of that are not Photoshopped, by the way. Oh,
wow.
Christ. I don't know what to say. Wow. Ron Davidoff. Hey, Uncle Ron.
Hi, Ron.
Marcy is amazing with channeling.
She is.
Is amazing with channeling. David Murtos. Jen, Mike, last week Phil said 3 famous people would commit suicide by Sunday the 21st. Do you know if any of these happened and who they were? Well, we gave you one name, and then there was I saw a picture on Twitter of a kid named Smith who I took to be maybe Will Smith's son, crying his eyes out, and I'm like, really? Yeah, I don't know where it is. I can't find it again, but I did see that. I'm like, is that Will Smith's kid crying his eyes out?
Yeah, but see, like I saw Will, I immediately got Will Smith when he said that, but it doesn't fit what he's saying. Like we're waiting for this high profile person did this, okay, and everybody, like it's something we've been waiting for. It's like,
and he's saying a high profile cabal person, yeah, which doesn't really fit Will Smith all that well, but yeah. Do you think Hecklefish has caviar dreams? I think Hecklefish is hilarious. My God, did you see the Uranus jokes in last week's episode? Oh my God. I'm going to put Uranus jokes behind me, he says. Yeah, Uranus is one of the gas giants. There sure is a lot of gas in Uranus. It's just ridiculous. 14-year-old. Jen, Tom Hanks hasn't tweeted anything in over 3 years. Is he dead, in prison, or just living the good life?
He's not with us.
Yeah, he's not with us. So they have body doubles they're dragging around out there. Yes, $30 with the alien code for a discount. Jen, how much longer till the dollar collapses? When the financial reset happens, that's all going to happen together. So they're just asking you when the RV is going to happen, and we're not going to tell you that. There are a couple of other
I'd love to tell you that.
Yeah,
but it keeps changing, and so it's just like, Jen, here, would you like to be wrong again? Yes, I would love to be wrong again. Thank you.
There are a couple of other options, but the lotion is great, soaks in pretty quick, and isn't greasy. Yeah. Alice says, give us a thumbs up. They deserve it so much for everything you do for us. Thank you. Show some appreciation, please. Yes. Will Marjorie Taylor Greene be successful in her impeachment endeavors?
We don't get that far. So that's
it's good news.
They wanted paperwork filed. It's just a way for more exposure to alert the public that, but I don't think we have to. That takes so long. I don't think we'll have to wait for that.
Okay. We don't know what the initial rate's going to be. Iraq could go alone, and it could be anywhere from $1.16 to $1.61 to $3.22 to $3.78 to $5.20. We don't know what the initial rate will be. Jen says she can see it floating up to $16.
No, you remember why I got that? Because at the time, somebody possibly that I knew could have had 250,000 dinar.
Yeah.
And when I was asking Gabriel, so let's just say I had 250,000 dinar, Gabriel. When I go into exchange, how many dollars would I get? 4 million.
That's $16.
That's where I got the $16.
Yeah. And there's the so-called contract rate of $28.50, which is supposed to be out there for people who don't have very much dinar. Okay. But nobody knows because none of this has happened yet. We're just keeping track of it. So
let's say I know somebody has some of these, like a 25 billion Zim Agricheck.
Right.
Okay. What do you know about that?
Well, I know that they're going to be worth something like $375,000 per. So a package of 10 of those would be worth $3 million, which is better than a jab in the eye with a sharp stick, as my dad used to say. But that's just the rumors.
But it says on there to pay out before the end of the year that it was issued. Does that make a difference?
No, they're gonna give you value for those because they're financial instruments created by the government for the benefit of the people, and everything to do with the Zim is going to go into the global global humanitarian projects. So the more money, the merrier. They're not gonna limit these things. See, here's the thing: they can put all the zeros they want into computers. Okay, but is a computer alive? No, it's dead. So just like a demon, it can't create. Only a living, breathing soul can create. So it has to come through us to be created.
Somebody's learning.
That's why we have to be the ones to spend the money or authorize the spending of the money. If you ever heard the expression sign on the dotted line? You've heard it, right?
Yeah.
Dotted line is right there on a check. It's a signature line, right?
Yeah.
Okay. If you were to scan that check at super high resolution and zoom up on that dotted line, you know why they call it the dotted line?
Why?
Because it actually says authorized signature, authorized signature, authorized signature.
Really?
Bitty, teeny, tiny letters. Because until a living, breathing human soul takes a blue ink pen like this one and runs it across in his signature, across that authorized signature, that money does not exist. It's God's money, and it can only be created through an instrument of God. Us. I don't know if that explains.
Well, I want all the payments back that I made on
my house. You'll get them. You'll get them. Just calm down. All right, Sue Dvorak. Hi, Mike and Jen. Jen and Mike. My husband and I have a trip planned to Utah at the end of June. Do you see this happening? Will they go to Utah in June?
Yes.
Jen, my wife Jackie's birthday is this week. She's super hard to buy for. Is there anything she secretly wants? No pressure, Jen. There's just
I am the absolute best person to talk to privately about it. I will pick it apart. I will find the exact perfect gift for her. Okay. But we'd have to talk on the phone about that.
Right. There you go.
She's mentioned it. She hasn't mentioned it. You need to think that. You know what? Somebody like that, you need to keep like a little notepad somewhere, like my dad used to do for everybody in the family. I swear to God, I could say I like something, like be with my dad like in May, and Christmas comes around, he got it. He went back and got it, or got it that day. So she mentioned it.
Or just voice memos on your phone.
Yeah.
You know, that's what I do. I use notes and voice memos. So, she mentioned she wanted,
think back. Were you somewhere when she said, I really like that? Or were you somewhere when she says, I really need that at the house? Or I wish I had this. Think back.
She wanted the new vacuum cleaner or something, and then you have it in there, and then, you surprise her and get her exactly what she wanted.
And don't be like, that's like $100 more than I want to. Just go get it.
Yeah.
All right. The bonus points, much better.
And then you
much
score.
More worth more than the $100. Okay.
And then you score. And that's what this is really all about, guys, is scoring with your wife. All right. Karen Lewis, are organic apples safe to eat, even though Gates has placed a chemical on the apple skin? Is he getting away with that? Or that's a good question.
I don't really think that's true. There are chemicals that they spray the apples, just waxes and all kinds of stuff. But there's ways like with vinegar and baking soda and water, you can wash that stuff off. But buy organic. Yeah, organic. They can't do that. They can't. They cannot call it organic and put chemicals on it.
Bill Gates has been buying up all kinds of farmland, and he is putting this poison on organic fruits. He's trying to get away with it anyway. So just super scrub them, wash them. Or better yet, do what I do. I peel everything. Don't eat the freaking skin. I peel my apples because I hate apple skin. Okay. Over on Rumble, Kimberly wants to know if it's possible to get an emergency reading.
No. Not often, because I'm usually booked a while out, and then best thing to do is to show up like on a show like this, or ask on Telegram, and but it's really hard for me to do emergency healings, emergency readings. Somebody's in the hospital right now. Well, you got to do it right now. That's not fair. Okay, come to me sooner. I got usually about a week or two out on the healings, and readings 2 weeks.
Lori wants to know, is there anything to what Phil put out on his chat today that 50 senators got satellite phones? Does that even mean anything? Are they satellite phones or Q phones? Good question. Getting anything on that one?
What's that about? If they did, no one would know. I think that's a calm somehow. I don't really see. They may have gotten the phones. I don't understand that. I'm not getting it. I think maybe that's a calm.
Jen says she's near Katerina in New York. And yes, they are housing these guys all over the suburbs, trying to create disruptions. They have cells in upstate New York. Well, it's part of the game, and hopefully they'll be defeated. Ernest Rutland, Jennifer, is Bill Gates Ghislaine Maxwell's cousin?
No.
Is Bill Gates even the current? Is the current Bill Gates even Bill Gates?
Bill Gates is a persona that they use and they have under control, not the bad guys. I really believe like him and his wife were killed a long time ago and they replaced him. That sounds out there, but
they say these are all in Democratic-run cities that these illegals are being placed. That is true to a certain extent. Why does Biden seem so unafraid of what is about to happen to him? Maybe because he's an actor and not really Joe Biden? Could be.
Pretty much following the script.
He's just going to whoever the actor is, whether it's True and Rogers or whoever.
I mean, as an actor, when they play in a movie afraid of the death scene that's coming up, no, because then they're going to go to lunch after that.
Yep. Job's over. Job's over. Move on to the next acting gig. Lori wants to know, can you please explain to me what exactly it means that they don't agree on the debt ceiling? What exactly does it mean? Well, it means that the U.S. defaults on their national debt, which is basically paper bonds to the Chinese Communist Party primarily, and many, many Saudis, Chinese, and all that stuff. And what that means is that all that money is supposed to come due. Our fiat currency, our paper money, hyperinflates, becomes worthless, not overnight, but within an hour becomes worthless. So it'll cost you $1,000 for a loaf of bread, which guess what? Forces the currency reset, forces us to go to an asset-backed currency, forces the issuing of the new US dollar, and probably leads to most of us going to the bank and cashing in and doing pretty darn well. We can always hope. Not a word from Pelosi since she lost Speaker of the House. Is she departed or detained? You know, Phil made a big deal about how she broke her agreement and was in on an assassination attempt on Trump. And I don't know. She's still alive? I don't know.
I think she's gone. I don't see her.
She might be gone.
I don't see her anywhere.
Saddam wouldn't join up with the Cabal Bank goobers. That left them no option but to hang him. Yep, probably true. Will Zelensky rat out the world leaders if they don't pay him what he's asking for? Who's going to believe Zelensky one way or another anyway at this point? Nobody. Tamara Pepper. Hi, Mike and Jen. There's a rumor going around that Tucker is a Kennedy. Any truth to that? No, thank you. Jen has a higher accuracy rate than Nostradamus and without the riddled quatrains. That's right. We'll call it Genstradamus? Philostradamus? I don't know.
Just Jen. Jen's fine.
Jen's fine. Carissa Holcomb. Hi, Mike and Jen. Do you see me making and selling nutrient-dense chocolate honey sticks? Wow. That's a specific
I want some of those. Well, I'll definitely buy some to make some. Lollipops, sticks, like jellies. Yeah.
Okay. Joanne Patton says, Jen, when I had a reading with you last week, you also told me something good would come out on May 29th. Love you.
Love you too, Joanne.
Thank you. Jeff Demers, will the Detroit Lions be Super Bowl champs in 2034?
I'm not telling you that. I mean, I don't do that. Who's going to win the game? Who's going to, what are the lottery numbers?
Maybe 2024. I mean, you have a really good quarterback. Jared Goff had a great year last year and is really coming into his own. So I like him. I'd much rather have him as my Seahawks quarterback than Geno Smith. But Pete and John disagree, and those idiots are running the show. Susie here. Will my son Trent be... It's a great name for a boy, by the way, Trent. It's so masculine. Will my son Trent be staying in Ohio for the extra session at his recording school?
No. It's canceled somehow. That's what I'm getting.
Okay. The chemical put on the fruit is called a peel, and supposedly it doesn't come off ever. Okay, so peel the apples. Peel the apples, throw the skin away, and don't eat it.
Stop eating apples. I don't know.
Stop eating apples.
Boycott. Eat something with a rind on it.
Jen, are Jeffrey Epstein and Anthony Bourdain brothers?
No, but there is a connection somehow.
Okay.
Well, they may have both worked with the CIA.
Yeah. Zelensky will more likely turn out to be Jimmy Hoffa. Okay, so good for you. All right, one more question from Rumble. 2 questions. Karen wants to know if her house will get flooded when the Hoover Dam comes down. They're going to let the Hoover Dam come down?
The Hoover Dam's not coming down.
And Danae says, morning to my favorite duo. Are the good guys assisting with housing for all the homeless in San Francisco to get them to a safe place and protected before martial law arrives? Interesting question.
They're not going to target the homeless. They're going to target the suburbs. They're going to target the grocery store, the towns. They're going to, the scenes that we saw before. They have the homeless are no use to them. Okay.
Mike, supposedly a Babylon 5 movie out this summer. I heard it was going to be animated, so forget it. Animated. Jesus. All right. Okay, guys, that is going to wrap it up. Thank you for being here. Jen, once again, thanks for the wonderful Jentel and information. Keep your eyes on Japan this week. Keep your eyes on the Durham testimony. Sounds like there's some interesting stuff coming up. And we will be back here, first of all, Wednesday for Tell the Truth Wednesday. But again, a week from today sounds like it can be kind of an important day, May the 29th.
And we're not doing shows because it's Memorial Day.
Memorial Day. Well, Jen may not do a show, but I might. I don't know. We'll see. We shall see. It is Memorial Day.
We could probably do Tuesday if...
Yeah, let's do Tuesday. Let's do a Tuesday 30-minute Jentel.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll have to pick a time. I have to look at my schedule.
It depends. We may have so much stuff happening on the 29th that we just can't resist it. So yeah. Jen's not planning on being here on Monday, the 29th.
I will not be here on the 29th. I'm going to go and probably be at the lake.
Drinking.
We have plans. So
margaritas at the lake.
Candace and I, Candace is a hard girl to rope down. So we're going to do a show tonight.
Okay.
But then Phil said he's going to do a live tonight, but that's only the first announcement of that, so it may not happen. So
yeah, don't cancel because of Phil. You're not going to show up, right? Yeah.
So we don't really have a topic. We're just going to get on there. You guys can get on and ask us like really cool out there questions, and we're going to try and see what we know about it. So that'll be at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern today. We'd really like it if you showed up rather than Phil. You could probably get, anyway, I'm not going to say anything. But I think that's the only announcement that I have. Don't forget to go and donate at jenniferfallah.com so that we have plenty of donations for all. And I'm going to post tomorrow or tonight so you guys have more time. Maybe tonight. I'll post in philosophy on Telegram to ask for a free healing for your animals or for your people. And I think that's it.
Okay, and don't forget, in a couple weeks coming up, what is it, less than 3 weeks? Less than 3 weeks coming up, the Spruce Pine Alien Festival. I'm going to be there. Dr. Brooks Agnew is going to be there. The original Mark Z is going to be there. Tom Reed's going to be there. Rhiannon, David Adair. he might be batshit crazy, but he is so entertaining to listen to. He has so many stories, whether he makes them up or whether he hallucinates them or about the space program, but they're cool. He's fun to listen to. He's a cool guy. We're going to have a great time. There's going to be a little get together in the barn there's going to be a pub tavern. We're going to have some stuff there. It's going to be really cool. It is June 10th, 2023. The Spruce Pine Alien Festival, and I think tickets are cheap. They're only like $40 or something. Get there.
What days are you going to be out of town?
And what's that?
What days are you going to be out of town for that?
Well, I'll be out of town Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I think my flight is Wednesday afternoon. So
okay.
Might be Thursday, but it'll be fun. And don't forget also the Alien event in Las Vegas, 23rd, 24th, 25th of September. I'll be putting posts up for that. I put them up periodically on my social media, Facebook, Instagram stuff, where you guys can go and type in the discount code Mike Barra and come to Vegas. Jen, you should come for that show too. It'll be fun.
I've got so many occasions to go to Vegas this year, and I'm waiting for the one that we're all waiting for.
Yeah, the big one.
But like our friends want us to go in September, end of September. Katie wants to go for a 21st.
Yeah.
At the end of October, and I'm like, so I'm in Vegas. Like, and there's everybody else keeps asking us to go. So I'm like, okay, I gotta pick and choose.
Alien.
But if the 29th is a happy day.
Yeah.
I could just go every month, and I'm fine with that because I love going to Vegas for 4 days. After 4 days, I'm done. It's like, it's weird.
Alien event Las Vegas. September 14th, 15th, 16th, and 17th. Make that your weekend to go, Jen. Go that way.
Well, if we go with all of Brett's friends, it'll probably be after that. They were talking about the end of September. I'm trying to get them to go to the end of October so I can.
Alexis Park Resort Alien event Las Vegas. You can get tickets. Use the discount code Mike Barra. Okay, and you'll get a discount on the whole thing. I'm going to be there. Laura Eisenhower is going to be there. Sean David Morton. That should be interesting. Me and Sean again. It's been a long time since Sean and I have gotten together. In fact, I haven't seen Sean since before he went to federal prison. So really ought to be interesting. Sean can make anything tense. So Sean is the long lost third Barra triplet, but then we had a major falling out. So
well.
It happens. All right. Love you guys. Thanks. We'll be back. Jen and I will be back on Wednesday for an update and some more reading stuff. And we will see you then. Have a great one. Love you guys.